I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today we're talking about flow state and divorce, okay? Now we know one of the biggest divorces out there right now, and what everybody's talking about, the news and the media is taking this whole issue out of proportion basically, is Bill Gates' divorce. Now, I want to chew up some black pills and spit them out. The black pill is this kind of community that believes in looks, money, status is the thing that, you know, gets you the woman, in a sense. Like, in terms of the dating industry, it's a very strange place and a very toxic industry. If you notice it and you notice the patterns that are there that show up. A lot of the times, you know, you get these guys telling you things that are counterproductive. You know, they're there to overwhelm you with just information overload and basically confuse you, you know, bewilder you to the point where you're like, I don't know what's really working, and then they come along as the savior and come in with another product. Okay, then they continue to confuse you with that product, and then they get you another product. Okay, so confusion is kind of the moral of this whole dating industry. Now, I've worked with a lot of different coaches, a few of whom have actually gotten me results, and the one I'm working with right now is actually getting me results, part of the tribe called Lion's Den. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking of. Okay, so now, understand this. Looks, money, status. Does it work? Charm, success. Does the stuff work? To some level, yes. But it's like taking a supplement. You could say, okay, omega-3s every single week, right, would bring you some form of results. They would trickle in some form of a glow or some improvement in health, right? However, relying on it like it's a crutch does not. Which is why I want this video to be fully about character. Now, when I speak about character, right, a lot of people in the old days, they used to just speak about moral character. No, I'm talking about the persona. Who is the person that you're being? What is the role that you are playing? Are you playing the role of the husband or the wife? Are you playing that role? Because this is a game that you've got to really start to understand. Looks, money, status is something that men fundamentally believe in a lot of the culture. And this is why they keep buying products, right? Different accessories, different things, all to appease and have the woman approve of him and finally accept them, and hopefully the end result is either marriage or sleep with him or something like that, right? Why is this thing suddenly showing up? And we see the patterns, right? As a flow state coach, I see the patterns, right, in everything that I do. So I just notice patterns and then I speak on it, right? So again, this is all my opinion. This is entertainment, education, and information, right? Do what you want with it. You're a responsible adult on this channel. Having said that, let's move forward. Should have had that in the beginning of the video, but we're already in it, okay? So Bill Gates, okay? He is known as one of the richest people in the world, right? There's a lot of sketchy stuff happening in the background with Bill Gates, and I'm not even going to get into that in this video. What I do want to say is he was not the one in control of that relationship, and you can just tell. Okay, you could just tell from the vibe on how he's communicating, how he's holding his body language, and a lot of this kind of stuff. Okay, now of course I don't want to point fingers and be like, that's exactly it. No, I don't know, right? We're just all, these are all speculations. So essentially what it is you don't want to have a character that is non-impactful, okay? That's what people quote-unquote call a weak character, right? Someone who's invisible, someone who's kind of like a piece of furniture, right? Now, Bill Gates was definitely not that, right? Because he's known all the world over, right? So many people know him, so many eyes are on him. But just notice the way that he carries himself, okay? He's very kind of in his own world, very heady, very intellectual, not really connected to the earth, right? Kind of a weak masculine frame, but still gets things done, right? He's still in the productivity. I'm not even going to point all the fingers at Bill here and say that it's his fault or it's Melinda's fault either, right? I think it's just indicative of the culture that we're living in, okay? And the values that we stand for aren't the traditional values. Aren't the traditional values of, you know, a man and woman get married, right? Marriage is, again, this institutionalized thing. It has nothing to do with masculine polarity or the vibes that we carry. What's the solution here? Am I proposing that we go back to tradition? No, we can't put the toothpaste back into the tube. Okay, we got to evolve. We got to step into a new paradigm. What is this paradigm? You get to choose what that is. Okay, you get to choose what that paradigm is. However, you have to have other people agree with that to make it a part of the collective unconscious. Correct? Which is why it's important to be part of a strong tribe. Right? A strong tribe were what got people out of the dark ages. Someone who can come along and be a leader and be like, look, this is the way that it's done. Let's move forward like this and let's go. So don't choose a reality where your significant other becomes your main purpose of your life. Understand that a lot of the dating stuff out there is just merely marketing. It's really high-level marketing stuff, right? The same people who do marketing for Tai Lopez, is the same people who do marketing for RSD, okay? And I've gone to RSD, World Summit. I used to follow a lot of their content. But I just ended up chasing my own tail a lot of times, okay? It's because people present themselves as figureheads who have the solution, where that's not the case at all, right? They're just facilitators and they're there to share their information. And if it resonates with you, cool. If it doesn't, then it's not for you. What I've noticed is this confusion in the industry. So we have to break that confusion and add more clarity. The way to clarity is awareness. Self-awareness first is the motto, is the name of this game on this channel, okay? So understand that, Brad and Angelina, Channing Tatum and Jenna, Will and Jada, these relationships are just case studies for who live in this kind of Disney fantasy of understanding, oh, they look really good, so they must be there together. Understand. Even Tom Cruise, right? Tom Cruise is one of the biggest actors in the world. He has 3 failed marriages, okay, and he still can't find a partner. Elon Musk, another example, great, very successful man. Angelina pulled back and left. Jenna pulled back and now they're separated. Jada straying and sleeping with a man that's half of Will's age, right? Bezos is $193 million worth and his, ex-wife left him for a teacher. Okay, start to notice these patterns because you're going to notice this repeating throughout society, right? Different times of society, you're going to notice the same pattern repeating again and again and again. It's not really an issue with the relationship. Of course, there can be issues with the relationship. Relationships aren't easy. For men, stop trying to decode female nature and decode male nature. Women, stop trying to decode male nature and start to decode female nature. Okay, we're so focused. Us men are so focused on women when we lose track of our own path. And women, you guys are so focused on men that you lose track of your own sisterhood and what you're doing with your creativity. And you try to make things up for it in the external. Because you have the looks, money, status, right? These people think that they can lack in personality. They can kind of just put on this show on a screen. But behind the scene, they're just like, I can finally take the mask off. And then once they take the mask off, it's like, man, they're not being the character that they're portraying. So there's an incongruence. So I think incongruence is the thing that is not allowing these people to fundamentally be on a trajectory towards upward spiral success. A lot of these actors, these celebrities, these people that you revere and that you love, have they changed over time? Have they evolved over time? When you see them a year later, do they look different? To the people that do, that's great. And the people who seem to be consistently improving every year, their looks are slightly different. They look kind of healthier. Hey, they look finer. Right? They're making more money. Oh, cool. That's great. But you don't get one example of someone who's doing it in all areas and just transcending everybody. Right? So my question to you is this. These people clearly have a strong mindset, which is, applicable to their success. They clearly have the great looks. They clearly have, something about them that's very magnetizing. They can get anybody they want. However, they're pulled towards a person that triggers their wounds so that they can heal them. And this is imago theory. This is what I'm talking about, guys, okay? We unconsciously attract people into our lives who help us on our healing journey. Okay? So this is also what you're seeing in these cases, but you're not seeing the full picture. But growth has got to be a norm of a relationship. In relationship to grow, you need to grow together. You need to support each other, okay? It's not like this thing where you guys go off of two separate paths. Like, that's when relationships don't work. When your mission is not the same as theirs. Okay? If they're there to support your mission, add more amplification to it. Your woman adds more replenishing feminine energy into the relationship. As a man, you add a container of safety for her in the relationship. Then it's a great thing. And you guys can share, and there's trust, there's integrity, there's character, and there's a code. There's a male and female code that if you just follow through on that, it's a natural process. But we aren't able to find that. That is the issue. The overlap happens through experience. So don't just sit back and isolate yourself. I know a lot of men do this. They play video games, they avoid the situation, they don't want to confront it, they don't want to say things right up front. And women, maybe they do, are pulling up the masculine energy and really triggering the masculine. Basically, yeah, this is so important, guys. Right? Find this on the word divorce comes from the root word separation. Okay, so you're separating. Okay, you're two different entities. Separation. But in the relationship, a relationship is 1 + 1 = 1. Right? So you guys are one entity, a team. So when the team splits, it feels like a part of you has split. That's why so many people crumble when they lose a relationship. When they find out, she's been with my best friend or something. These facts. Right? And then we start to understand, like, man, that's horrible. And then we take that one little incident, and what we do is, man, I have to learn everything about female nature. It must mean that all females are like this, right? And then we find a generalization like that, and we start going on this rabbit hole, and maybe you join the men's rights movement, MGTOW or whatever, and women, maybe you join the feminist movement. And this is what is happening. One bad apple has created, right, a rule that all men are like this and all women are like this. This is not the rule, okay? This is the rule that is constructed from the storyline of your mind. So let's break it down. Let's create a new code. Let's move forward into a new evolution, a new earth, where we're focusing on growth in conscious relationships, okay? Now, that's not a woo-woo woke term that I want to give you. I want to actually give you the green flag. So if you're interested in getting those green flags, shoot me an email, and I'll shoot you over the conscious relationships green flags, okay? Having said that, I hope you have an incredible day. May the flow be with you, and stay legendary. I'll see you guys next time.